name is Kairos Medina, and I will just be giving some brief information in regards to basic insurance coverages. So, we are going to discuss three topics in particular, one of them being liability, broken down to two sections, which is bodily injury and property damage. And then the third portion is going to be damages to your auto or the full coverage, collision, and comprehensive. There is also this great article in regards to what is the best coverage by Emily Dilbridge. And she does also mention that insurance is one way to make you legally able to drive in your particular state. Okay, just to kind of go over some terminology. The first terminology, risk. What is risk? So, the definition of risk is the chance of something harmful or unexpected to happen. I did find this great video on YouTube a couple days ago by Risk ID, and they describe risk as an effect on an objective. So, we go to work every day. We go to the grocery store. We go to different places. That is a risk that we take every day. Something can happen to us in that period of time. The second terminology is going to be covered drivers and covered vehicles. So just kind of like it sounds, these are the people that are on the policy to operate the car, and then these are the vehicles that they're driving on the policy. Okay, so with this one, you, your spouse, two children, you guys say, hey, I need these four people to be on the policy. They're all going to drive the car. That's the covered drivers. Excluded driver. Now, this is kind of where it gets tricky. There's situations on this one. I've seen it happen numerous times. If someone is excluded on your policy, can they drive your car? Yes, they can. Will they be covered through your insurance? No, they will not. As an excluded driver, this automatically voids any and all coverage. I've seen this happen numerous times where people exclude their spouses by accident or they're unsure of what document is what. So definitely ask your agency in regards to that, because you wouldn't want that to happen. That person gets involved in an accident and the insurance is unable to help you in that aspect. Last one is going to be the appraisals. The appraisals, it can either be a written estimate for the repairs of your vehicle, or if in the case that your vehicle is totaled out, this will give you the value and the actual cash value for your car. They're usually conducted by a field appraisal or field inspector assigned by the insurance company and or the repair shop that you will be using. Now, many people do not know this, but there are actually two different types of insurances. You have standard and non-standard. What's the difference? Standard insurance is your bigger companies such as Geico, Allstate, things of that sort. They aim to insure drivers with who present a standard risk. They have driver's license. They have a driving record. They have credit. They're able to obtain a 6 to 12 month policy period without lapsing, things of that sort. Now, because of all this, it does place you on a standard risk, and that may also give you a lower premium. Where, in the other hand, if you have a non standard, these are the people that standard insurance cannot insure. Either your residency status doesn't allow you to have a driver's license, you're new, so you need a month-to-month kind of policy. They're flexible in that aspect. Now, all these do place you on a higher risk. So with that being said, a higher risk will include a higher premium. Liability. What does it cover? So your basic liability covers damages caused by you to someone else, to their property. And property can be anything such as their mailbox, their car, their buildings, their trees, anything of that sort. As long as it's your fault, the insurance will cover. It also covers medical treatment. If in the case you injure somebody else in this accident, the insurance takes care of all that. It also protects you from having to pay any out-of-pocket expenses to the other person whom harm was done to. It also pays the value of the car if in the case, because of this accident, it was totaled out. Now, you do have different attorneys around that discuss insurances or why people obtain attorneys. There is this person, Mr. Samakao Paul, and he has this article about shame on shady auto adjusters, how they over investigate, they take their time on these claims, and it drags on. But we have to keep in mind, many people think insurance claims and they think, cha-ching, there's money. They file bodily injury claim. How many false fraudulent claims do people not file yearly? So these are also things that we have to take into consideration when an accident happens. It's not just that you hit me, it's covered. We do want to make sure that everything is up to par for any claim. Damages to your auto. So this is where we're going to insure your personal vehicle. Usually is collision and comprehension. Okay. Now, what this helps is that this actually covers damages to your personal car, regardless if it's someone else's fault or your own. It happens. Um, if there's any additional payments that the other insurance couldn't afford, your insurance can come into play as well, as long as you have that coverage. Um, Comprehensive coverage is different than collision. What is it? So, collision is just that. You collided with something. You collided with another vehicle. You collided with the tree, things of that sort. Comprehensive has to do with theft, vandalism, storm, weather, things of that sort. Okay? The biggest difference between using your own insurance and using the person's that hit you is your deductible. Think of your deductible as a copay for your health. They'll tell you if within a year you spend so much money, then their insurance comes into play, zero cost to you. It's the same thing here. If you have an accident and you want to repair your car under your insurance, the first 500 or maybe 1,000 is going to be your responsibility. After that, the insurance comes into play. Okay? And just remember that when it comes to rental and towing, that is not included with this. There is a team, a Levitt group actually, and they do discuss the towing and rental coverage and are they worth it. So it's more on a case-to-case basis. It's something that you may need, possibly, but it really depends on what your necessities are. So definitely look into that information to make sure you guys have everything you need. Okay. And on the last slide, I'm just going to kind of pull up a little declaration page to kind of give you some information on this one. On the left-hand side, you will see where it says liability, comprehensive, auto comprehensive, and collision. So on the right-hand side, you see a deductible and then further a premium price. All this means is that this vehicle does have that coverage. The first $1,000 will be their responsibility, and outside of that, insurance comes into play. Okay, so I really do hope that this speech was informative. You guys got some information or some input, maybe a clarity as to how the insurance works. So I do want to thank you all for taking the time, and have yourself a great day.